For 10 years in prison, he did only one thing every day. Whenever a guard appeared, he would deliberately get close, quietly study the teeth on the guard's key, and commit the pattern to memory. By night, he would draw the model from memory. Even the tiniest detail was something he would sketch over and over, sometimes dozens of times, just to perfectly replicate the key's teeth. But this was only his first step. After the guards finished their room checks, he would roll up a piece of paper and slide it into the keyhole. With just a few pokes of a pencil, the paper would catch 2 indentations, giving him the exact length of the key. The third step was tracing the key's outline. He would place another piece of paper above the lock, press his finger against it repeatedly, and then use his pencil to trace the contours directly from the impressions. Now he had the blueprint, but obtaining the material to make the key was the next problem. Metal was nearly impossible to find in prison, but wood was abundant. However, when he mentioned this idea, his escape companions quickly shot it down.
You crazy brick. I won't break if you go against the grain. There's no reason keys are made out of men.
Despite the doubts, there was no better option at the moment. So, while working in the prison workshop, Harry seized the opportunity when the guards weren't looking. He quietly swiped a few wooden pieces and planned to hide them in a thermos to sneak them through. But just as he did, a guard walked in. To cover for Harry, one of his companions quickly knocked something over to draw the guard's attention.
Halt!
The guard seemed suspicious and immediately ordered everyone to line up for individual checks. When it was Harry's turn, his nerves made him an instant target of suspicion.
You know your look is very intense, Jenkins.
Sorry.
The guard grabbed Harry's thermos, dumped out the coffee inside, and shook it. Fortunately, there was no sound of wood clinking. Harry had stuffed a cloth inside the thermos beforehand, narrowly avoiding disaster. When the night fell silent, Harry finally began crafting the key. He carved out the notches with a knife, sanded the surface smooth, and then used glue to attach the pieces. After putting it under a lampshade to dry, he made sure everything was securely bonded. Then, he kept sanding, carefully matching the teeth to his memory. After many comparisons, the key he'd envisioned finally took shape. With excitement, Harry slid the key into the lock, turned it slowly, and click, it opened effortlessly. But before he could celebrate, his heart sank in despair. The second lock's keyhole could only be turned from the outside. How could he possibly open it from inside the cell?